Hello boys and girls, today I am goddamn terrified, because in this new episode of TAFT, I am going to listen for the first time to Death Grips. Cute, isn't it? Death Grips. Zach Hill, Andy Morin, MC Tripping Vehicle. Do I really have to say anything about them? If you clicked in this video, I'm sure you are already well familiar with them. But if you aren't, imagine hip-hop. Now imagine those computer-breaking viruses. It's basically a mixture of both. I know how infamously abrasive their sound is. I usually have a very complicated relationship with these experimental noisy artists. I either love them or I hate them. And Death Grips, I don't know, man. I gotta check them out now. Just keep in mind that this has a considerably large chance of being the first negative review I make on TAFT. So get ready. Anyway, time to go listen to the Money Star. Wish me luck.
It goes, 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 Killer Cheese! Yeah!
Nah, it wasn't that bad. It got stuck in my hair, goddamn! But can I be real with you guys? This thing is pretty amazing. Yeah, it's harsh and all, but I'm incredibly surprised that despite how chaotic it is also very cohesive. It feels like a bedroom in an organized mess. Sure, it looks like a tornado just passed in here, but the owner of the bedroom knows where everything is, and is organized in his own way. And honestly, I was expecting this project to be way more abrasive than how it is. I know that the album that generally is considered the most harsh is Powers That Be, but I was still expecting this to be really mind-shattering. It wasn't an easy listening project by any means, but it's also not Merzbow. And at points, I dare to say it's even very catchy. Other thing, the songs here are absolutely awesome. I really love how boosted the bass is in here. And the beat serves an awesome floor to MC Right go absolutely savage in here. Even better considering every track in here has its own identity. And I think this is a good moment to move on to talk about them, shall we? I definitely heard the beat of the song before, and I knew it was Death Grips. But I didn't like it. So logically, I thought I wasn't going to like the song as well. But to my surprise, it's actually a positive highlight. A thing that particularly stood out to me in here is the fact that MC Right isn't nowhere near as loud as he usually is in his songs. And he even sounds a little serious. The beat is going wild though, and the combination of the two results in a song that despite being disorienting, it's also very hooking. A great way to start this album. A thing that I particularly liked about this album is how certain beats can be compared to other non-musical sounds. Like for example this one, that it can be compared to the turbine of a rocket. I'm talking about the first part of the beat though. The second one sounds a lot like the sound effect of when you insert the key in Super Mario World, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was directly sampled from it. Leaving comparisons aside, this is a pretty good song, even if it's not one of my favorites, and it's a great way of showing Ride's louder style. I don't really care about this one. I mean, sure, it's fine, but it doesn't really have anything that hooked me into the previous songs. It's a fine song, the beat is fine, kinda sounds like a defective electric fence, Ride's flow is fine, the production is fine, and that's all that the song is to me. Fine. Therefore, I don't think I have anything else to say besides the fact that it's fine. Fine? Fine. Now, I do like this song way more. To me it feels like overall the same idea of Lost Boys, but more well executed. It's a little louder, it's also bolder in my view, it's still not one of my favorite songs on the record, but it's also more than fine to me. It's like a Charmeleon to the Charmander that is Lost Boys. And if you want to know who's Charizard, well, here you go then. Here's Charizard. And by that, I also mean this is a positive highlight of the record. The sound of the beat kinda sounds like a motorcycle accelerating, and I think that it is pretty dope. Not only that, but this is perhaps one of the most fun performances of Ride in the entire album. And the beat during the chorus just screams some of my favorite characteristics of their song so far. Crazy sampling, sounds coming from all over the place, and again, an absurd mess that somehow is very organized. How do they do that so effectively? I know so far it has been all fun and games in this video, everything was fine, everything was nice, but this changes now. My god, my expectations were so high for this one because everyone always talks about it, but I am so disappointed how bad. Fuck! This is the best song on the album!
Stop it. Get some help.
Holy scram, this song is so good! Now, please, Tell me that I'm not the only one that thinks the main beat of the song kinda sounds like something Lady Gaga or Britney Spears would use in the early 2010s. I mean, listen well.
It's Britney, bitch.
It matches, right? Now, seriously, call me basic, but this is easily the pinnacle of the record to me. The beat is relentlessly great. And I had so much fun listening to this that I returned to it almost every day since I listened to it for the first time. And by that, I also mean this is possibly the closest to radio-friendly they've ever got. Just listen to the comparisons I just did. Of course I think that. I'm not saying this could be played right next to Demi Lovato on the radio, but I feel like this is pretty much the gateway that rap song. And maybe that's why I like it so much. I'm much more into poppier sounds than excessive noise. And I'm gonna finish this act by saying, this song is a handheld dream shot in hell. This is possibly one of the most cursed songs in here, because it feels like a glitching computer about to self-destruct. It's all very thrown at your face, and despite Ride not being at its loudest, the way he performs makes it almost feel like during recording he was having a gigantic epilepsy attack. I did like the song quite a lot, but what takes it away from being a positive highlight to me is that I would have ended the song with a massive wall of sound to materialize the self-destruction computer image I was having there. A thing that I realized is going to be a problem in my relationship with Death Grips is that noisy music is very hit or miss to me. And the song is mostly a hit to me, but there's just one segment that is a complete miss. And I suppose it's not going to be the last one. In their discography, I mean. In this album, this is the only example of this. But yeah, the song is overall pretty cool. But the instrumental segments after the refrain is a no-no to me. Those are the sounds I think an android would make if someone was smashing its head in the asphalt. I know in that Rip's landscapes this description could go either way, but in this case it's a negative one. I don't think the song is bad, but due to these noises, the chances of me returning to it are very slim. Now this is the kind of noise in this record that I like. I don't even know how to describe it, so now every time I hear those wow, meow, meow, meow noises, I will describe it as the cage sounds. Actually, after saying it, I realized they kinda sound like realistic space shooter sounds. Nah, it's the cage sounds now. No one can take that away from me. And yes, before I forget, this is a positive highlight. One of the trippiest moments of the record to me, and therefore one of my favorites. Here's my reaction when I heard the first 5 seconds of the song. Enjoy. Oh hey, this is Nightcore!
A few moments later.
This is by thousands of leagues the most disorienting, chaotic, and straight up brutalizing song in this record. The bass is turned to 11. The beat feels like it doesn't want to be listened. MC Ride sounds like he's about to jump out of the speakers, punch me in the face and call me a thought. And due to it being so chaotic, I kinda love it. I don't think I will return to it as much as I do other songs, but dude, this is so astounding that I feel like I must pay respects to it. Also, while searching for the I've Seen Footage Nightcore version, I found this video of Quero Quero Bonito covering that song. And now I won't sleep until we have a collab between these two. In this new update, Spotify changed the display of plays in the albums. Now instead of being the time thing in the corner, it's the actual number of plays appearing on screen at all times. And if you notice well, you'll see this track here is the least played song in the album. And I'm not surprised, considering this is the least enjoyable song on the album to me. That was too much of an euphemism, this is the negative highlights. Yes, I know that Rips is meant to be insane, chaotic, whatever other synonyms I can think. I was just talking about that in the last track, but the song isn't an organized mess at all. It straight up feels like the group simply attempted to merge all the sounds they could together in hopes that it would sound good. And the result here is so incoherent. I don't think it is a total loss though. I do see some moments in here that are quite interesting. But mostly, yeah, I don't think the song is very good. No. I think in a lot of ways, the song sounds a lot like Lost Boys on the Cage with the wham beat. But I feel like it's also another improvement in songs in this style. It's strangely organized. It's not as accessible as I've Seen Footage, but I do feel like this is one of their most conventional compositions. It even has a killer synth line. Sadly, there's a lot of songs like this in the record, so it's getting kinda hard to explain these tracks without repeating it myself. So all I can say is, this is Charizard, but Mega Evolution I. In other words, a positive highlight. The Cage is the X. I'm starting this already by saying this is a positive highlight. This is pretty much the pinnacle of the insanity of this record. It's not the heaviest track in here, but it's the one that best managed the balance between mass and cohesion. The beat goes absolutely hard. Ride sounds like he's having the time of his life, and the chorus is one of the most satisfying moments of the entire record. Again, it's quite harsh, and not for everybody. But dude, it's so well executed. This is pretty much the quintessential Death Grip song, even if it's not my favorite song on the album. I mean, what do I even have left to say here? This thing is surreal. It's like one of those weird buildings and workarounds that look completely wrong and cursed, yet it works perfectly. I'm surprised by how much of this record I liked. I was legit afraid this was going to be the first ever negative TAFT review, but thank God it wasn't. It lands here as a great 90% superb album to me. Much more than I could have ever expected. Thanks, Ride and friends. I'll be checking more of your stuff soon. Just please, don't jump out on my speakers, punch me in the face and call me a thought, okay?